Welcome to One Set Feeling with Shanky's Clips, where we show you smaller clips of our larger episodes. So keep watching and keep learning. First of all, I want to know, what is love to you, Sanya? What is love to you in your life?
For me, love is. I just feel like it's a promise we make to someone.
Oh.
Like I know in today's day and age, we are so there's a lot of like casual approach to commitments and all that, which we can get into later. But for me, I feel like love is about showing up. It's about showing. It's never the little things. It's all never the big thing. It's always the little things that add up to this big thing. It's like tiny acts of things that you do for the people you love. For me, like that is love.
Have you been in love, Sanya?
I don't think so.
You have not?
I've definitely confused my hormones and feelings for love, but I don't think I've been in love. No.
So now with that, like anyone who is trying to find love, Sanya, and in today's generation, as you mentioned, love has become so transactional instead of like actually being in love. And why are we headed towards transactions when we can actually find? Because I remember during our mom's time, during our father's time,
Yeah.
the love was so beautiful. Like
It was so real.
It was so real. It was so giving.
Yeah.
Okay. And in today's age, like, if you give me, only then I will give you.
Yeah.
It has become very transactional. And so why is it happening? Why are we headed towards that?
I definitely agree, because even in my experience, like not even like romantic love, but in friendships, it was never. I realized a lot of my relationships, it was never about. It was always I or you, or like you did this, I did that. It was never about we. So then it became so transactional, and I think it's a lot like got to do with how like my parents, they keep telling me back in their day they were like each other's only one. Like they they met in this small city where literally the first person they met and got close to, they were just like like my parents, they met each other in high school at
Wow.
at the age of 16. So then they didn't really they made that extra effort to like win each other.
Win each other.
But now I feel like it's become so like, okay, if not this person, then I'll just like move on to
Exactly.
the next. And so we stop trying, we stop giving that commitment, and it's just become so less, it's become less genuine, I think.
So your parents, as you mentioned, they started dating at the age of 16.
Yeah, they were like high school sweethearts.
And how long did they date?
I think so. After high school, when they graduated, I think they went a little separate ways, but then they came back to each other at like 23.
So
or
before getting
something.
married, how long were they together?
I feel like 4 or 5 years.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
That is so sweet.
I find their love story really too good to be true kinds. Like when they tell me how they would literally chup ke want, like, those dial telephones and all, they would want to talk to each other. They would send each other love letters. Like, when does that happen anymore?
Have you read any of those love letters of your parents? Please tell me you have.
I read a couple because my dad like still keeps it in the ancient suitcase. But it was just so like they put so much efforts into each other to make it last. They're actually like opposite religions, so it was really difficult back then.
Right.
But then just it was literally like true love in the face of adversity kind of thing. Like they never gave up, and it's just like I wish like love was like this in today's world.
I am sorry to ask you, but please spill some tea from those letters. We want to know, what did your dad write or
So
what did
my
your
mom,
write?
my mom, she was like obsessed with my dad's husky voice.
Oh!
And I feel like a lot of girls, they fall for a man's voice. So my dad used to like tutor my mom, like teach her like chemistry
Are you
and stuff.
serious? Oh my god!
And then she used to say like, "Oh my god, I just love his voice." And then my dad loved my mom's like softness and innocence. He would say like she's the most beautiful girl in the whole town. And she can like, they were just like made for each other. They are.
Right,
And
right.
they I still in today's whenever like we meet family and friends, they are still like madly in love with each other.
Amazing, yeah. It's so good to trust me. Like, I'm someone who is a big time lover boy. Okay. And I respect all of these relationships. Someone
Yeah.
who has put in efforts to come so
Yeah.
far and getting married, staying a happy life. It just fills your heart with joy.
It really does.
And when we talk about a 14-year-old or 15-year-old or 16 years old in today's age, they think we can only find love when they grow older. I want to ask from you, Sania, again. Do you think someone who is in their a teenager, can find love when they are teenagers, or it only comes to someone who is a grown up?
So I definitely feel like there are exceptions, but the way I see it is mostly when you are a teenager, it's more about finding what love is all about rather than finding true love.
Yes.
And more importantly, finding yourself. like I mentioned there's this whole, situationships and everything.
I hate situationships.
I hate them. So I realized after going through one, I realized that we can literally pass by somebody who we have told our deepest, darkest secrets to, and who's like, kissed every inch of our bodies, and then act
Shit.
like they're strangers and act like we don't know them.
Shit.
But this casual approach to commitment, for me, it's like not love. For me, I realized that for me, it's like all about true love, being a commitment. It's about a promise we make to someone. It's about, letting ourselves be vulnerable. So then I feel like in teenage years, it's more about experiences. It's more about finding what you're okay with and what you're absolutely not okay with. Like, I realized this is absolutely not what I'm ever going to do again.
Absolutely.
Rather than just finding true love, it's more about, okay, what are my standards? What will I be okay with? What will I not? And then after going through this whole good, bad, and ugly,
You've been through a heartbreak, Sania.
kind of, yeah.
How did it feel?
I wouldn't say like heartbreak, because I've never really been in an actual relationship.
But heartbreak does not actually mean you need to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Heartbreak could also be when you are not in a
You're
relationship
not.
and you've still been heartbroken.
Yeah.
You've been in that situation.
Yes, definitely, I have. It sucks, man. it's
Tell me
like
the feeling. Tell me the feeling.
it's
Like,
like
how
the-
did you feel the very first time when your heart
Yeah.
was broken?
I think when we get so used to someone being around us, and then suddenly they are not there anymore, it feels like a vacuum. It feels like we'll not be okay without them. It feels like something is just pulled away from our lives, and then you just feel empty. Like, that's what a heartbreak feels like. It's like you don't know who you are anymore without this person. And that's why it's so hard, because you feel like your worth because of this person, like they made you complete. But then I feel like that's why heartbreaks are so hard, because you don't know how to be okay when they suddenly choose to leave, or because of certain circumstances can't be together anymore.
I think I've also been in this situation
Yeah.
where you've been heartbroken. You want to cry, but there are no tears coming out, and you're just staying there. You don't know what is happening
You
around
don't
you,
know. Yeah.
and you're just not able to digest the situation. Basically,
Yeah.
like suddenly imagine someone you've been with all this while. You're spending all your days with them.
Yeah.
Suddenly, that person is no more in
No
your life.
more in your life. Yeah.
I think it just breaks every inch of your body,
It really
breaks
does.
everything that you have around you.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about heartbreaks, Sania, how do you think we can start dealing with it? Especially someone who is a teenager again, or someone who is a young adult.
Yeah.
Once their heart is broken, they start giving up on everything. yaar.
Everything.
Like they will stop studying, they will quit their jobs, they will just corner themselves. How do you think we can deal with a heartbreak in a very positive way?
Yeah. So I think one of my yoga teachers, and she's also my ballet teacher, she's like so close to me. She gave me this like really good advice. Like, when you right after you feel like something as tragic as a heartbreak, just like imagine this person in front of you, in front of your mind's eye, and just say like everything you want to say to them, but you're not actually saying it to them. You're just like letting it all out openly and freely. and then you're just getting everything out of your chest, and in the process you're just forgiving everything and forgiving everyone. And I feel like that has helped me so much, because when we go through a heartbreak, we are so angry, we're like, why did this happen to me, why is this like, I don't want things to be like this. But then in that process you're just like moving on and you're just letting go. And then another thing that, like, a few weeks after, like, heartbreak and stuff, I realized, like, self-care and self-love is so important. Like, for me, it's like turning every negativity and every any negative toxic emotions you have around that person, about the whole instance, like, turn that into self-love to yourself. Like, do things you love. Do the things you love. Go out there, giving yourself time, but get invested in your hobbies. Like, after this kind of situationship ended, I was like, oh my God, I feel so weird without him. But then I started focusing on hobbies that I didn't even know I had. And I was like the happiest person ever. I was like, when you've learned to be so whole and complete with yourself, then, like, people leaving, it stops affecting you. I got so invested in dance, in ballet, in cooking, in baking. And that was like a distraction, but in the best possible way. So I feel like it's so important to focus on yourself after you go through something like that, because everything about that relationship or that situation will make you feel like you are the problem and like you did something wrong. But then you have to kind of switch perspectives and be like, I'm going to give myself all the love and care that I need to heal from this.
And you should give yourself that space.
You need that space. Like, don't even go and yap about it to your friends. Like, that's not the first thing you do. You just take time to yourself, evaluate things, do the things you love, and slowly get out of that zone.
If you've liked these shorter clips here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And to watch the full podcast of these same clips, you can go to our main channel and watch the whole podcast. Until then, see you.